Right, guys, unless you've been living under a rock for the past couple of weeks, you'll know not only about the Mandelson scandal, but the fact that Starmer has been basically taking the piss out of the British public, taking us for fools, and denying any substantial culpability whatsoever. In fact, throwing everyone and his dog under the bus as he goes. We've heard him standing there claiming he was absolutely livid, that nobody told him his ambassador pick had failed his security vetting. I mean, the list is endless. It's getting boring. Well, today it got even worse because it's emerged that while all of this was going on, Downing Street was pushing the Foreign Office to hand a top ambassadorship job to another Starmer ally, basically his former spin doctor, Matthew Doyle. Yep, that is the same Matthew Doyle who Labour stripped the whip in February because guess what? He campaigned for a pedo. And today at PMQs, Starmer stood up and actually admitted it. Said there were conversations about giving Doyle a diplomatic role. Conversations that clearly didn't involve the Foreign Secretary because Olly Robbins yesterday told the Select Committee that number 10 had told him specifically to keep stum, not let the cat out of the bag. We'll play you a clip in a second and you genuinely need to hear this for yourself. But for now, welcome back to Brit Rants. Don't forget to smash that like, subscribe to the channel and make sure you turn on your notifications. So let's lay this out right because the details are really staggering. Matthew Doyle served as Starmer's director of comms. That's like his chief spin doctor for 9 months, only 9 months, right? And he resigned last March. Fishy in itself, right? But Starmer rewarded him with a peerage. Of course he did. That's what Starmer always does. So Doyle basically walked straight after number 10 into the House of Lords and became known as Lord Doyle in January this year. But in December, that's December 25, just a month before, the Sunday Times had revealed that Doyle had actively campaigned for a local councillor called Sean Morton, a man charged with possessing images, indecent images of children. Basically, a pedo. What is it with Labour and child abusers, by the way? We've got Mandelson/Epstein, we've got the grooming gangs, and now we've got this, right? But anyway, before any of that came to light, and before he was stuffed into the Lords, number 10 was pushing the Foreign Office to find Doyle an ambassadorship, a head of mission role. Now, Olly Robbins, the man Starmer wrongly sacked over the Mandelson debacle, told MPs yesterday that he felt quite uncomfortable about this. Why? Well, because A, he didn't think Doyle was qualified for the job. He was a marketing comms guy, right? B, he'd probably have to sack someone that was doing a brilliant job just to find Doyle a position. And C, number 10 explicitly told him not to discuss the matter with the Foreign Secretary. Her own department kept in the dark. Now, Robbins said to the Foreign Affairs Committee yesterday, quote, "I found it very hard to think how I'd explain to the office what the credentials of Matthew were to be in an important head of mission role." Who exactly does Starmer think these top jobs are for? His cronies? His mates? His chums? Clearly a case of jobs for the boys, the exact kind of culture that Starmer promised to eradicate from government. Mind you, in terms of promises, he's basically, I don't think he's kept one, has he? Anyway, both times when the questions came in PMQs, it was the same old story. Deflection, evasion, and then, quote, nothing came of it, as if that's kind of supposed to be the end of the conversation. Let's have a listen to exactly what Starmer said at PMQs today. Have a watch.
Can the Prime Minister deny that Downing Street considered appointing Matthew Doyle to a diplomatic position?
Simple yes or no would have done, Keir.
Mr. Speaker, Matthew Doyle worked for many years in public service, for me as Prime Minister and other ministers. When people leave roles in any organisation, there are often conversations about other roles they want to apply for, but nothing came of this.
Nothing came of it. What the actual F? Why does he always have to stand and read from a fucking script? And why does he always have to have the questions? Do you know what? If I was Kemi or anybody, I'd throw a curveball in there. If I was Kemi, I'd change one of the questions. This guy is an absolute imbecile. Anyway, there we go. Nothing came of it. There it is. He didn't deny it. He didn't say that it was wrong. He didn't say that he should have known better. He stood there calm, cocky, arrogant, and frankly, vomit-inducing, and essentially basically concerned. Yes, we looked at giving Doyle a top job in the diplomatic service, but it didn't happen. So move the F on. That is the way he's treating us, with total contempt. And he thinks we're buying it. He thinks we're buying it because after that in PMQs, he started getting on the defensive, back to his, I can't bear it. I don't know about you, but I can't bear it. Do you know what? There's absolutely no accountability with Starmer. There's no consequences. He's either recklessly negligent or he doesn't give a fuck. And I don't know which one it is. I think both could be true. Either way, he is unfit for the office that he holds. This wasn't a mistake. This wasn't an oversight with Doyle. This is a pattern to our eyes, to paedophile adjacent connections, and 2 attempts to install them into top jobs, and a trail of sacked officials and dodged questions left behind him. I despair. That's it for this video. Don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and make sure you turn on those notifications so you never miss another video. I'll see you soon.